Please turn to page 13. This is our first component of writing, language development, that we'll be covering. And remember, if you can't say it, then you can't write it. This definitely is one of the most important components in my instructional program. Please turn to page 14 and 15. On the left side of the page are my language development activities for narrative writing. On the right side of the page are my language activities for informational explanatory, which I also like to just say expository writing. And these are activities that are embedded in your instructional program. The first activity for the narrative is called Word Masters to Movie Scripts. This is a fun and engaging activity that takes about a week to complete. You integrate this activity into your language arts program. So this is done during language arts time. The second activity is called the Come Alive box. This is going to help your children write more descriptions that they can embed into their narratives. The Come Alive box, that's tied to your language arts instructional time as well. I usually pick a character from a story that we've been reading, and we make that character come alive and describe them. Again, all this writing and language development will be done during the language arts block. Let's go to the next page. We see expository writing. I have two activities here. One is lecture notes, and the other one is content diagrams. The lecture notes and content diagrams are done during science or social studies time. When you need to introduce information to your students about your science or social studies topic, you can use lecture notes or content diagrams. Content diagrams are used when you need to write descriptions or also have a lot of content vocabulary you need to cover. These activities can turn into writing, and kids can take the notes as well, or you're just the note taker and they just orally rehearse what's being put on these organizers. For language development for expository writing, I have lecture notes and I also have content diagrams. Lecture notes are to front load information for students. Notice here you have an organizer. The teacher would be filling in the organizer for kindergarten and the beginning of first grade. So the kids would just be watching and learning the information and orally rehearsing it. Students who are in first grade later in the year will also go back to their desks and write out that information. So this can be a language development activity as well as a writing activity, depending on where you are in your development of writing. On the bottom, our content diagram. This is when you're introducing information, but you also have a lot of vocabulary you need to cover. So you use the content diagram activity. Again, students could be watching and orally rehearsing the information that you're putting down and going back and writing if they have those skills. In this chapter, we will cover all 4 of these activities. Let's get started.